Did you forget to bring in the stream?
I forgot to turn the mic on. Well, needless to say, you all missed some riveting analysis of the Preakness Stakes.
I mean, we gave out the winner.
We gave out the winner.
There.
I need to say it again because I've been sitting on this line all day. We're streaming a stream.
It's meta, like you said before, and now people can hear when you give the exciting.
Now we're back, metaphor. But I'm glad I actually looked at the chat.
It's important.
So we're like, hey, wait a minute, but.
Well, now while we're fixing things technologically, do you want to include the stream in with us? Are they actually live yet?
They are not live yet. No, we're still waiting, but. Rest assured, we will be streaming the stream. But in the meantime, as you said, Epicenter, likely favorite. I'm going to try to play against, not because I think he's super vulnerable, but 7-5 is just an underlay to me.
And that's fair, and we saw him get beat as a better priced favorite in the Kentucky Derby. We're not going to see 4-1, 3-1 on him again, and it makes sense why, but looking ahead, you said that you were going to try to beat him with early voting. Does the extra addition of speed that's coming into the race, such as Armagnac and now Fenwick, does that kind of concern you a little bit about early voting's chances on the front end or not really?
So it's a catch-22. The negative is that, yes, now he has some company and things would have been easier. The positive is everyone's talking about that, especially with Armagnac, and rightfully so, definitely has some front-end speed. It probably does marginalize early voting's chances a little bit, but I think with everyone talking about that, it's actually going to make him playable still. Not super playable. I mean, he's going to be the third choice, I guess.
You think he's going to be a shorter price than Secret Oath?
I don't, but I think he's more likely winner than Secret Oath, hence the opportunity. So, yes, the presence of Armagnac and Fenwick take down his chances, but I still think the price is right.
All right. Well, do you ever watch The Price is Right?
It's been a while, but
I haven't.
I'm attuned. I mean, it's probably, I put it as a B on the game show grid.
The game show grid?
Yeah.
What's an A on the game show grid?
Pyramid.
Okay.
Pressure luck.
Family Feud?
No.
No?
Too much innuendo.
Fair. Okay.
And I'm no prude, believe me, but I don't need every answer to be some sex joke.
Like, you don't?
Just play the game.
All right. Is it even a C, though?
Family Feud?
Yeah.
Well, thanks to ITP, I no longer do C's, just A's and B's. And I would say since Family Feud is so well loved, it's an underlay, so not even a B.
It's a long shot winner.
Now, Deal or No Deal would be a B if they just played the game.
Okay.
But all that hokey crap to fill the hour about, overcoming whatever to.
Kind of like we're doing right now.
Well, this is entertainment.
Is it?
Deal or No Deal is a great game, but it's just the filler stuff. Like, I'd rather have the drama open in the case.
Well, back to the drama of the
Yes, the drama of the draw. The drama.
Are they even doing anything?
They are not.
Waiting for them?
We're still waiting. Well, it's 4:30 is the actual draw.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was 4.
I thought there'd be some pre-stuff though for us to talk over and make fun of.
I mean, that's kind of why we're here, isn't it?
But instead, we have 21 minutes to talk about other stuff.
All right. Well, I know you uploaded some other stuff to talk about.
I did.
Thankfully.
One thing I'm really excited about.
Canterbury Park offers a 10% takeout pick 4 every day beginning with the first race. That's the lowest takeout on the planet, the post time pick 4. Play today at Canterbury.
How about that?
Jazzy music.
Yeah, I think that's the draw, but it worked well with the post time pick 4. Okay. So Canterbury opens Thursday, 10% takeout on the pick 4 and pick 5. It's pretty low.
It's a good deal.
I'm going to play.
As you should. I think we're going to look at some of the Horse Racing Nation data in order to see what we can find for some horses to play.
We can have an ebook.
We are. Secrets. The secrets. The secrets for St. Houston did well, as did the secrets for Horseshoe Indies. So there's some valuable information in there for horse players to get a feel for how the track is playing, which jockeys you want to use, which trainers are hot at the start of the meet and then later on. So there's plenty of valuable stuff in there, and it's free.
Free is for me.
That's what we want.
And tomorrow, after the draw, well, everything's after the draw. But tomorrow, hardcore podcast, bringing the band back together. And we did get to Rich Strike.
We did.
We
very
actually,
briefly,
yes.
But he was mentioned. He was given an honorable mention.
And I don't think any of us saw him as the least likely winner. It's like
we'll
the one peg to hold on to from the Derby.
I'll continue to hold on to the pace predictions, and you'll continue to hold on to the correct prep, and maybe one day we'll find a winner with all of these.
Combine it. The good thing is you find the right winner, or at least the right combination. I mean, even if he had been third and you were right, that still pays buckets. So,
the new currency.
Homer Simpson prefers smackaroos. For those Simpsons fans out there. Let's see. Someone asked who you like. We talked about me liking early voting and being against Epicenter at the short price. What about you?
Well, once again, the horse that I like has scratched. So
you were running back, really?
He could have won that Derby. I mean,
I don't know.
He would have been closer.
I mean, it's hard to say anymore.
He would have been closer than Rich Strike. He would have been able to close and get a good setup. It would have at least set up for him if he was good enough. You have to at least agree with
100%.
that.
It's set up for Tiz the Bomb if he was good enough.
Well, it's set up for Mo Donegal if he was good enough too.
Yeah,
but
or didn't go 10 wide.
Yeah. And if you like early voting, I had a whole argument prepared. I was going to say, if you like early voting, then you have to at least consider the horse that finished second to him in the Withers.
Sure.
If he gets pace pressure.
The Rich Strike?
Right. And you have to, if you like Secret Oath, Barbara Road beat her. He beat Barbara Road. You have to at least then consider, if you like those two horses, you would have to then put him more in the conversation.
Sure. Here's my issue.
He's not even in the race now, so it doesn't really matter.
If he had been in the Derby, and I think about this with some other long shots in the Preakness, if he had been in the Derby, it would have been 40-1.
I think he would have been higher than that.
Higher, sure. I mean, the one eye thing takes money, so
yeah, sure.
Let's just say 50.
Okay.
And then in the Preakness, you got to take like 15.
He would not have been 50.
Yeah, these horses take money in the Preakness.
You had him on your fair odds at like 70-something to 1.
I mean, I had Summers Tomorrow at 200-1, and he was.
Well, I mean, is anybody really going to go off at 200-1?
Well, no, but fair odds is different than that.
Right.
But I just, to me, the Preakness, like even Rombauer last year, I didn't hate. I mean, by no means did I love him and was excited to play him. He may have been a B, I forget. But
who did you pick last year in the Preakness? Do you remember?
No.
I picked Ram because I was looking.
Who was in the Preakness?
Ram.
Rombauer. Who was second? Bourbon. I wouldn't have picked him.
Who else? Medina Spirit.
Was Hot Rod Charlie in the Preakness?
We should know that. I think he skipped.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'll have to look it up right now.
Michael would like to know how Simplification is going to run pace-wise.
You know, that's a great
Feels
question.
He's very versatile, can close stock, which I agree and kind of makes what he did, I think, in the Derby really interesting for this race.
Hot Rod Charlie was not in the Preakness. He skipped. That is a great question. It's one that I want to talk about a lot tomorrow on the Ron Flatter Hardcore Handicappers pod. What a mouthful that is. I do think that they have a lot of options with this horse, and I think that they chose the right option in the Kentucky Derby to take him back and let him close instead of pushing him to be more forwardly placed. And that's how he ended up getting fourth, by closing into that supersonic pace. But now I wonder, with the fractions up front likely to be, well, almost guaranteed to be slower than they were in the Derby, do they have him sitting closer and stalking? Do they try to go after early voting early on? I was wondering if they might do that when it was just early voting likely to be loose on the lead. But now with these other players adding in, it seems like there's going to be more pace pressure up front, so he could probably sit a decent stalking trip.
I'm intrigued. I have him probably higher than he'll actually be after I really dig into the data. Fair odds wise, I could see Simplification being one of the ones I get maybe more enamored with. I'm curious the price he'll be, but which it ended up in the Derby. I don't know how he was. What was it, 44-1? Like,
I didn't think he had any shot, really. A couple people liked him as a long shot. But
yeah.
I mean, I wasn't
he wasn't one of those. I liked him better than Rich Strike.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
I had both sort of in my tier of, man, if I clobber this race and Tiz the Bomb runs well, I don't want to get beat by Simplification.
Wasn't that everybody?
No, I didn't. If Taba had been in the trifecta with Tiz the Bomb, I would have lost.
Was that the only one?
I didn't use Taba, Crown Pride, Summers Tomorrow, or Classic Causeway.
Okay. All right, so that's 4.
Yeah. And then Tiz the Bomb was the key. So
Yeah.
after that, I'm just 15 deep. So I took some stands.
Okay.
Yeah. But I really thought he'd be like 25-1. He was favored in the Florida Derby.
I mean, as he kind of should have been.
Right. And then just completely forgotten about, which really that Florida Derby kind of in general was. But I thought he ran well, and maybe now's the time. Again, you're not getting anywhere close to that Derby price. But Carolyn Daniels wants to know if we think the Derby was rigged, as some of her horse player handicappers think.
I mean, I'm not ever really going to jump on that conclusion without significant evidence, I guess I would say.
We asked the tough questions here. I absolutely do not think it was rigged. I
don't either. I mean, let's say something happened afterwards and a drug test came back positive for somebody, and then that's something that we talk about because it's clear evidence if they tested a sample and it came back, and that's something that just happened. It's not for argument's sake. Then there's a discussion to be had about racing integrity in general, which is a discussion to be had anyway without any positives this year in the Derby. But no, I don't think it was rigged.
I would go so far as to say this is a great example of not a rigged race because you had a pace collapse and a closer shocked the world, but that's
he also
what
got
you
a
would
great
expect.
Ride.
Got a great ride, yeah.
Handled the distance, and everybody else that was supposed to show up kind of showed up. I mean, Epicenter showed up, Zandon showed up, O'Donegal, even though he went wide, he at least came along and ran.
Yeah.
So did Simplification. So there were a few that were kind of no-shows in there. I think the California horses mainly,
which,
Messier and Taba.
happens in the Derby.
But Messier was close to that pace. So you can kind of forgive a horse that...
he made the lead.
Right.
I mean, didn't work out, but yeah.
So, and then also with Taba, I mean, it's his 3rd career start, so you can make some excuses for that. But no, I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. We're going with the no rigged, Carolyn. Let's see. DeRosa can't tell time. That's probably true. Michael McGuire.
You do have a watch. You should be able to.
It's vanity.
It's for vanity?
Yeah.
Does it tell time?
Well, yeah, but.
So you have it, but you don't check it. Is that what you're saying?
There's just a lot going on. Like the draw, 12 minutes away. All right, here we go. Michael is going with the filly.
Great. She is the only grade 1 winner in the field. Did you know that?
I do now.
Isn't that something?
The Oaks.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. Wow, that is something. So, yeah, her move, I mean, I would say with Fenwick and Armagnac in, that helps her, I suppose.
I would say so. She's going to be, I think it helps her and helps Epicenter.
Right.
I kind of see them as a very similar running style, although I would say Epicenter likes to sit closer than she might have to, since he did have the lead in most of his starts for so long and then just showed that he can sit off.
Yeah. I mean, she can't get the Arkansas Derby trip here.
No, I don't think
she didn't win that race.
Right.
But, all right. Coot says RIP Midnight Bourbon.
I concur.
Yeah, that's a blow. Let's see here. Do you see any horse in the race going wire to wire?
Well, if anybody's going to do it, wouldn't it be early voting?
You would think. I mean, Epicenter could be a surprise. Gate to wire.
Do you think they would do that? I think that would be... How fast would he have to go to clear early voting and really establish that he is the one on the lead, and then also not face pressure from Armagnac and Fenwick. I just feel like that's a plan that's not going to work for them.
Right. I mean, Fenwick, I would say,
it's cheap
isn't
speed,
fast enough. But yeah, with Armagnac in there, his only chance to win is on the lead.
Right.
So
with Armagnac, I wonder about how good he really is. I mean, he was a no-show really in the San Felipe and the Santa Anita Derby. I mean, he got beat by Happy Jack. So maybe he's improving now. I mean, that allowance win was decent, but it's not like he won by open lanes in there either. So
I don't like the afterthought entry either for these big races.
And he actually comes in on the shortest rest because he just won on the 8th instead of the 7th. So that one day. And not that it really makes a difference, but
13 instead of 14.
But I mean, that decision to just be like, well, this field looks light, let's go, kind of.
Jeremy Jones mentioning Simplification was second in prime power for the Derby.
Got to bring out the Brisnet.
Who's Jeremy? I haven't actually looked at the Preakness probables yet, which are on Brisnet. Just haven't looked. I'd be curious who's on top. I would have to think Epicenter, but it could be the filly.
Do you really think that she gets a higher rating than him?
Only grade 1 winner.
I mean, is that considered?
Well, the class rating goes into prime power. Okay. I can't say too much. It is proprietary, and I wouldn't do my former employer that way. And Sean kind of, I think, echoed what we were saying. When they go that fast, it really doesn't need to be rigged.
Right. I mean, it's kind of.
I mean, I don't think Summers tomorrow rigged it for Rich Strike.
I don't think that was the plan.
Yeah.
No.
I'd like to know the plan for sure.
What the plan was?
Like, did they think he could ration his speed a little more? And
I don't think they planned on Crown Pride being that close to them. I will say that. I was a little surprised by that. Maybe they were too. Yeah. He had never really shown that kind of speed in his prior starts. That was a little bit of a surprise. So maybe they didn't think that he would have to go quite that fast, and they thought he might hold on for a little bit longer.
Right.
But
didn't happen.
It did not. We were there. We saw.
They probably should have worked Crown Pride a few more times. That would have.
Maybe once the race before or something.
Lucas will probably send the filly just like he did with Serena's Song. Hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I kind of do think that'd be interesting if there weren't such obvious other speed in here.
And she's never set the lead or set the pace in any of her other races, has she?
I'd need to look, but I mean, based on how the Oaks went with Echo Zulu and I forget who she was.
Giri.
Yeah, that's right. The Rudy horse. She was so professional behind them. I don't see why he wouldn't want a carbon copy with early voting in the other two.
Right. I don't know why he would change her running style now, especially since it seems to not. I don't think it would work to her advantage in here. But we've all seen crazier things happen with a change of tactics on race day that no one was really predicting.
Yeah.
So
part of the fun. Barbara with her trifecta there could be all right with the second choice. I mean, really, other than Simplification, I can't make a case for anyone else.
What do you think about Creative Minister?
I know we were chortling among my former colleagues at Churchill, like that Kenny was already booking his ticket to Baltimore in the winner's circle after his race at Churchill. But
he has been there once before.
The number, I don't see how the horse improves that much, which, I mean, we're going to have to say this for a year now with Rich Strike winning. But again, the Preakness, you get all the suppressed prices as well. Like, it's not even a flyer in my mind. I've seen him as short as 8-1 in some of the offshore markets.
Really?
Yeah, so it's just not exciting to me. But
I will say that his running style looks like it will be benefited here, although he did save all the ground and then get a perfect split on the turn to pop out and close down the center of the track last time out at Churchill Downs. That was on Derby Day, right?
I was thinking Oaks Day.
It was one of those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was one of those.
Yes.
All right. I was like, I know it was recent.
That's why I actually didn't say what day it was that we were chortling because I wasn't sure myself. But gun to my head, I would say Oaks.
Okay. Let me double check. Because now I need to know.
Now
right
you
away.
need to know. Well, in the meantime, Steve would like to know, what about the Heat, where his front runner's down more? Is that even true?
The Heat?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it kind of wear everybody down more?
That's what I would think,
It's
but
supposed to be 93
on Saturday?
on Preakness Day.
Yeah. Here or there?
There.
Oh.
There. I don't know what it's supposed to be here, actually.
Delightful.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know this because Spa Infield Goose suggested that they allow patrons to bring in at least a water or something like that, or provide water, which they won't, but they probably should on a day where it's supposed to be that hot, especially for people in the infield.
Yeah, who's the headliner?
Well, I don't know who the headliner is, but I think
Lauren Hill, Friday night.
Oh, well, Meg the Stallion will be there.
Yes.
Who is not a horse.
No.
The Chainsmokers, TJ Marshmallow.
Wow.
It was Derby Day.
Well done for you. Michael would like to know, trainer Doug O'Neill puts blinkers back on Happy Jack. Does this mean he's going to challenge for the lead?
We've never seen him do it before. But
Yeah,
it doesn't mean it can't happen.
The lead would surprise me, but I could see where Doug says, hey,
Got to get him engaged more early.
Especially, I think, after what happened in the Derby.
I mean, he was nowhere.
No, but yeah, I didn't mean what happened to him in the Derby. I just mean, do things overcorrect now? And early voting's 49-2 to the half. And then it's lights out. So I could see where Doug's thinking, well, if we get a little closer, maybe we can get a slice.
Right.
A win?
Well, do you think that he's going to be a bigger price than Armagnac?
Happy Jack? A bigger price?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, he's beat him. So.
That's true.
And now he gets Tyler Gaffleone.
Wasn't Armagnac the one who dueled with my Derby horse?
Forbidden Kingdom?
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's highly likely.
Yeah.
But gets Tyler Gaffleone, who's dominating completely at Churchill Downs. Like, it's not even a competition at all. I know you were looking into that.
I am. We're going to have an article this week.
It's the foreshadowing. It's pretty impressive.
White Barrio was a no-show. I agree.
He'll also make a no-show in here.
He actually did make a move and then he may have flattened out worse than Taba.
Out of all the times that I've rewatched the Derby replay, I don't think I've watched specifically for him. So I'll have to go back and take a look at that.
When I watch back, a lot of times I'm listening, because I don't really pay attention to the call in the moment. At Derby, it's, I love hearing and they're off in the Kentucky Derby, but after that, it's kind of you're watching. So I do like going back and listening to Travis's call because he's very in tune with what's going on and picks up moves I may be missing trying to watch everywhere on the screen. And he gave White Barrio a solid call, like not a call of White Barrio's 12th. I mean, it was making a move.
Okay.
It was in the second part of the race where he's only calling movement.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he just.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it. So, they'll regroup. I think he's one that could be interesting later. I mean, his speed numbers stacked up. For whatever reason, I have no explanation of this because, I would say if I just opened the PPs, I would have liked Messier and the Florida Derby would have stuck out to me. But for whatever reason, that Florida Derby just had no buzz.
Well, I think everybody thought they were kind of all phonies. And, I mean,
right.
It's not.
Yeah, third place horse was a bomb. So
it's not like they really proved themselves wrong, so to speak.
Right. Jessie Lumpkins also lost her money on White Barrio.
I'm sure Rennie did too.
Yes. Well, he had I'm guessing he had a future wager, right? Is that why he was such a big fan?
I don't know. I think he just liked him. We'll have to find out.
Yep. And here's someone agreeing with you. Oh, that was Candace.
Oh, okay.
Tyler. Good to have Candace back in the office.
Yeah, exciting.
And Clemmy.
That we also have now these really exciting HRN hats?
I did. Just today.
Isn't that cool?
You have to have some for giveaways.
I know, right?
Here's a we got action.
I was going to say, I was just about to ask, is the draw starting or?
Connection, celebration. First, invites you to discover why Preakness is second to none, and putting Baltimore first. Welcome back, Baltimore. Welcome back. The second
That's called a sizzle reel.
Preakness 147 welcomes you with open arms, with new seats, familiar eats, thunder of the horses, and the infield's pulses. The stage is bigger than ever. A full weekend of high energy and good vibes. Find your role to play. Friday, Black-Eyed Susan racing, ladies glowing, champagne flowing. We're cooking up something new. Your music fades with the hometown flames. Miss Lauryn Hill, Megan Thee Stallion, Soulful Symphony, D Nice, and Baltimore's own Brittany Spencer. Saturday, Preakness Stakes brings the pulse. Infield Fest brings the beat. Marshmallow, Chainsmokers, Moneybag, Frank Walker, Rombauer, Swiss Skydiver, War of Will. We all salute our armed forces. We raise our glasses. One raises the Woodlawn vase.
Eminem.
Right now the page is empty.
Why aren't they sampling acts from the infield fest?
Together we carry on the tradition.
Why are they using an Eminem track to pump up?
Welcome back, Baltimore. Welcome back.
Welcome back is right. What a great turnout we have here at Citron Restaurant,
I know that person.
Waterfront in Baltimore to get set for
No,
the
that's a
second
trophy.
jewel
No,
of
I
the
thought
Triple
blue
Crown,
because I
one
can't
of
see from
America's
over
most
here.
prestigious races. A big welcome to those of you here on site, and of course those of
So
you
are we
watching
talking
at home.
over
What are we here to
Brittany
do?
Martin right now?
Well,
We
draw the
can.
Preakness
We shouldn't,
147th running, as well as the Black-Eyed
I'm gonna
Susan.
put us on mute.
Okay.
So honored to be here with all of you for America's second jewel. Now, 2 weeks ago, we witnessed one of the greatest upsets in sports history as Rich Strike raced to victory, weaving through the field at 80-1. And now we come to that second jewel of the Triple Crown. Though we might not have the Kentucky Derby winner, there is no shortage of talented runners and amazing stories in this year's field. What about the Kentucky Derby favorite? He's in the field. And runner-up, that's Epicenter for Hall of Famer Steve Asmussen, as he looks for his third victory in the Preakness. Also, what about the lady that took the lilies in Secret Oath for the coach, D. Wayne Lucas? He looks to tie the record for most Preakness wins. She looks to become the 7th filly to take those Black-Eyed Susans. Swiss Skydiver, she got it a few years ago. You saw that. Rachel Alexandra, so she looks to add her name to that lofty list. But what about the newcomers as well? You have to pay attention
New
to
shooters.
them. Speedster, early voting for trainer Chad Brown. It wasn't too long ago that he came here with cloud
We should have made
computing.
this a drinking
Trainer
game.
Seth Klarman, a
Tight
Baltimore native.
turns,
What a story
new
that would
shooters.
be. Also
Yep.
impressive allowance
Old
winner for
Hilltop.
trainer Kenny McPeak, who
Jewel.
was the trainer of Swiss Skydiver. He has Creative
What else?
Minister supplemented to this race for $150,000. I don't know about you, but I kind of read into that as a good thing.
Tyler.
So those are just a few of the many runners and the stories
Maybe
to
someone in the
attach
chat
yourself
can
to
contribute
for this
drinking
year's
game
Preakness.
ideas.
Now you can catch all of that great racing action on the NBC family of networks. I'll give you the full rundown of where you can watch it, but it's not just the Preakness runners and the great racing action that we have here at Pimlico. What about the party? It really wouldn't be the Preakness
What
without an
about the
awesome
party?
And I must say, first racing, you have outdone yourself this year. You saw it
See, this-
in that preview.
crab
It's the
cakes.
inaugural Preakness Live.
The
a
Preakness
music,
should
art,
absolutely
and
lean into
culinary
the food there
experience.
more than
That's
it
on
does.
Friday, featuring,
Yeah,
as you
like
heard
Derby,
it, Ms. Lauren
Mint Julep,
Hill,
which I don't
Megan
like.
Thee Stallion. If anybody watched the Billboard
food,
Music
whatever.
Awards last night,
Like, they
she
have the
killed
Taste
it.
of Derby
Also,
thing.
chefs Marcus Samuelson,
That's not why
Tom
you're there.
Colicchio,
Exactly.
and
But
Gail Simpson.
Baltimore,
That's on Friday.
very
and
rich
then, of course,
tradition.
the
Oysters,
infield fest. You
crabs.
heard it.
also
Welcome
would
back
argue
to Baltimore.
people
Headlined
think certain
by the
foods wouldn't be
Chainsmokers,
Kentucky,
Marshmallow,
but we just
Frank
know
Walker,
Kentucky.
and Moneybag Yo. So
Yeah,
I
but
know
it's not
all of you
like
in here are
they're serving
interested in
hot
going to
brown
that.
at
Go to
the Derby.
Preakness.com. There are limited tickets
But,
still available. I
no,
see
you
some
said you
smiles
live in
out
New
there.
York, but
Antonio
what do you
Sano, I know
consider
you want to
New
go to the infield fest, right?
Pizza pie.
All right, we know why
New
we're
York
here.
slice.
We all know what we have to look forward to.
I
So
don't
let's
know.
officially kick off Preakness Week. I would like to
They serve
welcome
crab
up the
cakes in the
CEO
press
of
box
First
on
Racing,
Preakness Day.
Craig Fravel, for a few words.
Here, At Church
No,
Hills?
Pimlico.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you, Brittany. For
Ron's
those of you
going.
who don't know me,
feel like they
I
would
actually
have
grew
us
up
to
10
do
minutes
that.
from
Oh,
here
yeah, that one.
in Towson, Maryland, or Ruxton, Maryland. And I
Craig.
am one of the few people that's actually, one of many people, but probably the most excited to hear
Preakness?
Chicago play
Oh, yeah.
tonight because,
Rachel?
throughout my high school
Rachel,
days,
Fleet
Color
Alex,
My World was the
Bernardini,
big slow dance for everyone.
Carlin,
So Aiden Butler and I will
Brown,
be teaming up to
Farrah.
slow dance to Color
That's a lot
My
of
World when that
Preaknesses.
is
Yeah.
played later tonight. There are a lot of people to thank. Particularly want to thank some of
Oh,
our
my favorite
sponsors,
bar
the Select
in
Event Group,
Baltimore.
Really?
Bullet,
Yeah.
Davidoff, and Kettle One. They've been amazingly
Shout out to
supportive
Kent.
and done a great job in helping us put
You
this
get
event
paid for
together
that.
and the events of this weekend. I also want to
Yes.
thank the team here at the
Patrick
Maryland
wants us to
Jockey
be
Club.
quiet.
Anybody who puts together an event like this knows how much work, blood, sweat, and tears goes into it. And the team, Mike Rogers leading it, Jillian putting together just an amazing program of racing for this weekend. We're looking excited to see all of the great horses, not just in the Preakness and the Black-Eyed Susan, but in the undercard as well. More thanks also to our entertainment group, Jimmy Vargas and his team putting together tonight's event, as well as the infield events and the Infield Fest and Preakness Live. Again, amazing effort, amazing team effort by a lot of people. And I want to thank all of the officials that are here, members of the Maryland Legislature. I've seen a few of you. Thanks for all your support of racing. Maryland racing has an amazing spot in the national racing scene, and it's highlighted by this weekend. So, and Judge Algio, I see him up here making sure that Jillian behaves herself during the draw. But once again, thank you all for coming. We look forward to seeing you this weekend, and enjoy yourselves tonight. Thank you, Brittany.
Craig, thank you so much. Media, you might want to stay for that. Chicago and the dance moves of one Craig Fravel. All right, as we mentioned, great coverage of the Preakness coming up this weekend. So I would love to welcome up Claudia Spadaro of First Racing and Ipica TV for more words.
Thank you, Brittany. Amigos, bienvenidos nuevamente al Preakness Stakes 2022, la segunda joya de la Triple Corona con más prestigio en los Estados Unidos. Estaremos en unos minutos haciendo el sorteo para el Black Susan este viernes y el sábado para el Preakness Stakes. Tanto la familia de First como Maryland Jockey Club están felices de que estén hoy acá con nosotros. Vamos a tener un fin de semana espectacular y pueden conseguir sus ventas a través de preakness.com y por supuesto hacer sus apuestas a través de First Bet. Y lo más importante, van a poder disfrutar de este fin de semana de carreras en español por Ipica TV y también por supuesto por Telemundo Universo. Así que muchísimas gracias a todos y que tengan un excelente Preakness Stake.
Claudia, thank you so much. Yes, round of applause for Claudia. I know how much everybody loves a post position draw. So try and make this as painless as possible. Once again, a big thank you officiating the draw for us for both the George E. Mitchell Black-Eyed Susans and the 147th running of the Preakness from the Maryland Racing Commission. We have Chairperson Michael Algio and Racing Secretary Jillian Tulloch. So ladies first, on Friday, race 13, the Grade 2 George E. Mitchell Black-Eyed Susan Stakes. $250,000 on the line for the 3-year-old fillies, a mile and an eighth the distance, and a field of 13. Great betting race there. I do not want to get in the way here, so I will let you two roll that field of 13.
I can count to 13.
Thank goodness.
Ooh, 13 is Morning Matcha.
Outside post position, Frankie Pennington, 20-1 for Morning Matcha.
12 is Favor.
Getting those outside post positions. 12, Favor, Tyler Gaffaliam, 8-1.
2 is Missy Greer.
Inside post position, Missy Greer. Louise Science will ride 20-1.
6 is Luna Bell.
Ooh, that got a response from the audience. Do we like it? Post position 6 for Luna Bell. The second choice on the morning line at 9 to 2.
I like that she's getting reaction from the crowd,
I know, it's cool.
pumping them up.
5 is Begin.
Begin in post position 5. Jose Ortiz to ride 12 to 1.
1 Divine Huntress.
Rail draw for Divine Huntress. Flavian Pratt to ride 15 to 1.
8 is Candy Light.
Candy Light post position 8. Charlie Marquez will ride 20 to 1.
11 Radio Days.
Radio Days post position 11. 12-1. Jackie Joel Rosario type.
10 Adair Manor.
Post position 10 for your morning line favorite, Adair Manor. John Velasquez to ride 5 to 2.
3 is Miss Yearwood.
Miss Yearwood.
I'm shocked,
post
Jerry,
position
that
3.
it's only
Julian Lebrun has
250,000.
the mount 20 to 1.
4 is Midnight Stroll.
Post position 4 for Midnight Stroll. Javier Castellano will ride 15 to 1 on the morning line.
9 Interstate Daydream.
Interstate Daydream. Florent Giroux has the mount. Post position 9, odds of 6 to 1.
And 7. And the 7 is Distinctly Possible.
Distinctly Possible, Irad Ortiz Jr. to ride. Post position 7 at 6 to 1. So that is your field of 13 for the grade 2 George E. Mitchell Black-Eyed Susan. And I would love to get some analysis from one Naomi Tucker for the Maryland Jockey Club. Come on up here and give us your take on this large field of 13, which we know horse players love because you can go in so many directions. But why don't we start with the morning line favorite in Adair for trainer Tim Yakteen.
Such a talented group of fillies lining up here, and indeed such a wonderful wager. Adair Manor, viable favorite, Lafayette Victorious, came into the Santa Anita's Oaks being the favorite, broke a little bit slower than usual, ranged up pretty quickly, was part of a pace duo, and ended up paying the price for it. Desert Dawn came in nabbed her, Desert Dawn came back and ran third in the Kentucky Oaks, franking that form for her. So don't mind her that much being on the outside. A little bit of speed on her inside, possibly with Missy Greer as well as Midnight Stroll wanting to move forward. But I think Johnny Velasquez knows where to place her, leads the standings in terms of Black-Eyed Susan wins. So I think she's very, very well spotted, and she's justifiably the favorite. I do have a bit of a price horse in here.
We love price horses, right?
Okay. Distinctly Possible for trainer Chad Brown. Showed her hand a little bit already as a 2-year-old, ran second in the grade 1 Darlie Alcibiades. They got a late start with her. Chad mentioned there were a couple of hiccups throughout the winter. They wanted to get her on the Kentucky Oaks show, weren't able to do so, ran out of time. Now she lines up in here. I think she's very interesting, a lot of upside. And I can't leave you all without mentioning, folks, the local star, Luna Bell, looking for that 6th stakes win in a row. She's just been so progressive. Really hope that she's going to put her best foot forward and show everyone what Maryland's got to offer against those fillies from out of state.
I'm impressed that the captioning
was
is
assuming they're here
matching
because they were
what she's
very
saying.
happy about the post position 6
To
for
heart.
Luna Bell. Yes, okay.
That's
Best of
impressive.
luck to all connections in the Black-Eyed Susan race number 13 on Friday. Naomi, thank you so much. Don't go too far away. We want your analysis,
This is correct.
of course,
Correct.
on the Preakness.
Yes, that is correct.
That's what we're all waiting for, right? Black-Eyed Susan, do note, 5:44 p.m. Eastern Time on USA Network. So that will be on Friday. Okay, without further ado, the draw for the second jewel of the Triple Crown. It's the 147th running of the Preakness Stakes at Pimlico Racecourse. Race number 13. The distance, 1 mile and 3/16, and we have a field of 9. And with a supplemental entrant in Creative Minister, the purse is now $1.65 million. Jillian, Michael?
Eight is Epicenter.
We got some oohs in here. Epicenter, your Kentucky Derby favorite and runner-up in the Kentucky Derby, is back on 2 weeks rest for trainer Steve Asmussen. Post position 8, odds of 6-5. Your morning line favorite.
Wow.
It's pretty short.
Salty.
3 is Fenwick.
Fenwick, post position 3. Florent Giroux will ride, coming out of the Grade 1 Bluegrass Stakes for Kevin McCaffin. 50-1 on the morning line.
Oh, 50. Where's the respect?
The connections are going to complain.
2,
Man.
Creative Minister.
Creative Minister, post position 2 for trainer Kenny McPeak, who also won the Preakness with Swiss Skydiver, was supplemented to this race for $150,000 and won impressively on the Derby undercard in an allowance race. 10-1 on Creative Minister.
She knew.
She did.
She did the work.
She didn't have to look it up.
5, early voting.
Speedy early voting, kind of in the middle of the field here. Post position 5 for trainer Chad
Yeah, I feel
Brown.
it's a short enough
recently
field.
second
Like, would there
in the
really
Wood
be any-
Memorial,
maybe
specifically
in the rain.
targeted the
But
Preakness
he
Stakes.
could go anyway,
7-2,
so-
your second choice. Early voting, Jose Ortiz will ride.
Second choice, so the filly won't be lower than him, they're saying.
And 9, Skippy Longstocking.
Outside post position for Skippy Longstocking. Most recently was 3rd in the Wood Memorial for trainer Safi Joseph Jr. 20-1
Got a
on the
good
morning
number.
line. Junior Alvarado will ride.
That's higher than my fair odds, so.
7 is Armagnac.
Armagnac, a late add to the Preakness field for trainer Tim Yakteen, also turning around on short rest. May 8th, this horse won impressively at Santa Anita in an allowance event. Irad Ortiz will jump into the irons 12-1 on Armagnac.
I don't know about impressively.
4 is Secret Oath.
Do we like that? I can't tell the census of the group here. Post position 4 for Secret Oath, the filly within the field. She is the 3rd choice on the morning line at 9-2 for the coach. D. Wayne Lucas, your Kentucky Oaks winner.
What would be
Luis
wrong with
Saenz
4? What was your
ride.
question?
Oh, I was just saying, wasn't Swiss Skydiver number 4?
I don't know.
And 6 is Happy Jack.
Happy Jack, post position 6 for trainer Doug O'Neill. Do note blinkers will go back on this son of Oxbow, who did win the Preakness. Tyler Gaffleone will ride Happy Jack 30-1, post position 6.
And
So
1.
Happy Jack is 30-1, but
Simplification.
Armagnac is 12-1.
And I feel bad because I spoke to Tammy Bobo, part owner of Simplification. Post position 1 to the inside for Antonio Sano. John Velasquez will ride. What a great effort he had in the Kentucky Derby last time out to finish 4th. He's been on site for a long time, getting used to Pimlico Racecourse. That is your field for the 147th running of the Preakness Stakes.
Yeah.
9 horses set to contest the second jewel. I'm going to bring back up, yes, please, a round of applause. We know how prestigious this race is and how difficult it is to get into that starting grid. So I'll bring up
Not so
Naomi Tucker
difficult
once
that they
again
made
to
a
give
horse
us her
50-1
analysis. Overall, field of 9 here. I think we must start with the 6-5 morning line favorite in Epicenter. What did you make of where he drew and his chances?
I think it's a perfect position for him here. When you look at a pace setup, you do see that the majority of the speed seems to be on his inside in terms of early voting, as well as Armagnac. And Epicenter, he doesn't need the lead. What they did with him in the Louisiana Derby, give him some dirt in his face, set him up beautifully for that Kentucky Derby run. What a strong move at the top of the lane. Really thought that finally Hall of Famer Steve Asmussen was gonna get his Kentucky Derby victor. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be, but this horse is the real deal. He's the true package. I guess the only weakness you might spot with him is he's been running at the top of his game for a multitude of starts now. Is he going to be able to keep it up? That's the question.
How long can he sustain that?
I love the post, though.
What about some girl power? Secret Oath. Can she become the 7th filly to win the Preakness Stakes?
I think she's very capable. I remember Swiss skydiving coming in, all of us kind of saying, oh, she's going to have to step it up. We don't know if she's capable of doing. I'm not making that mistake twice of underestimating the girl power. In terms of her draw, I think Louisa is going to do something similar to what he did in Kentucky Oaks, allow her to slot in and then perhaps loop around the field. Of course, she gave Coach Dwayne Lucas his 5th record-tying Oaks, and if she were to win the Preakness, give him a record-tying 7th win as well. I think she's very, very capable.
Okay, now before everybody in here goes into the other room to enjoy an incredible musical performance by Chicago, give us a long shot.
Oh, my long shot in here. I guess I have to say that in here you're looking at a horse like Creative Minister that was supplemented for training Kenny McPeak with the aforementioned Swiss skydiver. I think he's quite interesting in here. But look, it's going to take a very good horse to beat Epicenter on the day. But of course, if you can't join us, you can place your wagers on First Bet and follow First Racing on social media as well to, get those party vibes going.
Naomi, thank you so much. A big thank you to all of you for joining us. Jillian, Michael, I appreciate all of your help with this Preakness draw. Don't forget, again, horse players. We mentioned the wagering. I know you want to get involved. A special Black Eyed Susan and Preakness Daily Double is being offered. And you can watch all of this racing action on TVG, simulcast, social media, Telemundo, Universo, and the NBC family of networks. We kick off coverage on Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on USA Network. Saturday, 2 Eastern on CNBC, 4 Eastern on NBC. So a big thank you to those of you here for joining us, and of course those of you at home. That was the draw for Preakness 147.
She's just saying her goodbyes.
It's my absolute honor to introduce 5-time Grammy-winning rock band Chicago in the other room. So please enjoy.
Wow, Chicago. And there's the field.
Yeah, I don't think it changes much of anything. I think if you like Epicenter, you have to be thrilled that he's outside the other speeds. He gets to decide what kind of pace they choose to go with him or they choose to sit back. He gets to watch what's happening inside of him and make that decision. I would say Simplification maybe not helped by the rail.
Yeah.
Especially since Brittany mentioned that the connections didn't want the rail. But other than that, I don't think anybody's massively hindered or significantly helped. But I think it's interesting. Swiss Skydiver was number 4. Now Secret Oath is number 4.
Yeah.
What number was Rachel?
13.
13, right. No 13 in here.
No. 13 in the Black Eyed Susan, though.
Yeah. Any early thoughts about that or not really?
I have some work to do.
Same. There were a few names that I recognized, and I was like 3 of them.
I have to say, the air kind of went out of the tire for me a little bit when I saw the purse. Like, I can pretend it's a big deal. Double with the Preakness. We're all going to be playing Friday. That's exciting, but man, that race, it's got to be worth a little more in my mind.
You can see why Secret Oath is going for the Preakness.
Absolutely.
Instead for multiple
reasons.
And
I think it's back to Silver Bullet Day, the last Oaks winner that actually ran in the Black Eyed Susan. I mean, now they...
Yeah. It's its own thing. It's not really part of any...
Right. But 13 horses, maybe an opportunity in the double if you like a price to turn Epicenter into something. 6 to 5, though, is just way too short.
Yeah. Well, the biggest odds discrepancy I noticed was that Happy Jack is, 30 to 1.
Right.
And Armagnac, who has finished behind him on multiple occasions, is 12 to 1.
Yeah, I don't
like either.
I mean, in my mind, if you think, let's say 2 of the top 3 run the race, so Secret Oath, early voting, Epicenter, I don't see Armagnac's path to victory. Because even if early voting throws in a clunker, I think both Secret Oath and Epicenter are capable of being in the thick of it earlier than would give Armagnac a chance to win. And then if early voting runs his race, Armagnac can't win. So
right, either Armagnac and early voting cancel each other out,
right.
Or exactly. I don't see it.
But I mean, as much as I was kind of talking myself into, I think my fair odds were 15 to 1, and I was thinking maybe we'd get that, but clearly not, according to the odds maker.
Apparently not.
Which I somewhat get. I don't know. 6 to 1 seems a little ambitious, but
Well, I guess if you look at the rest of this field, he does make sense as the fourth choice.
Right.
I mean, who else would it be?
Well, I would have made Secret Oath the second choice.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, yeah, I agree. I mean, maybe Creative Minister. I think they'll be closer than that suggests.
Right, but I mean, if you look at what Simplification has accomplished in comparison to Creative Minister as well as his figures, you can't. I mean, Creative Minister might be the net
that's fair.
but
Simplification's favored in the Florida Derby. So
right, and he's done more.
He's taken money.
So, all right. Well, any closing thoughts?
Well, we have a lot of content coming this week.
We do. I'm going over a Pimlico Preakness Day Pick 5 with my friend Matthew DeSantis. You and I and Mark and Ron are doing the Hardcore Handicappers pop-up where we go through every single horse in the field in depth. Tomorrow morning, we're recording that at 10 a.m. That'll be out later this week. Preakness Super Screener is available.
That's available.
The Derby winner.
Of course, everyone's liked and subscribed.
Of course they have. Why wouldn't they?
So you have the Pick 5. We're doing a Friday night live stream while everyone's handicapping.
Mm-hmm. What else have we got going on? Super Screener. Which Strike was mentioned in there.
Indiana has 4 stakes on
Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Canterbury opens.
It's an exciting Preakness week.
It's a big week.
Yeah. I know Rich Strike isn't in here, but there's still plenty of exciting stuff going on and plenty of Preakness hype.
Yeah, so what does Simplification have to do from the rail?
Drop back.
You think drop back?
Unless they want to go. Which I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't. If it were like only speed and then everyone was closers, I could see where maybe they'd be more aggressive from the rail. But knowing that you have the speed and then Secret Oath and Epicenter, it's not like you want to do it with them either. So,
I guess drop back and hope things go like they did in the Derby up front.
Yeah. Do you know? I don't have what Creative Minister's buyer bris was. His Ragazin was double digits, which so was Rich Strike. So maybe that's not a negative, but I kind of think, like I said earlier, maybe not fast enough for this.
Yeah, I don't have it off the top of my head. Do you know that was Ken McPeak's 500th win at Churchill
I do. Yeah.
Because Travis called it.
Oh, I just remember the
banner.
The sign, yeah. All right.
I think that's it.
That's it. So picks.
As of right now, early voting, Epicenter, Secret Oath, Happy Jack.
Wow.
What do you think?
I think I'm gonna have to play, especially after Disco Partner just totally crapped on the 9. I think it's just gonna have to be a 5-9.
You don't like that horse.
Wood Memorial.
And
if I like early voting, do I really want to get beat by the 3rd place horse out of the prep I'm picking?
So he didn't do any running in there.
That's what happened in the Jeff Ruby Stakes.
I mean, you could make the argument that Rich Strike did some running late.
Could you?
You could.
One
I
could.
might not, but you could.
Skippy got an okay number. 5-9. That's what it is.
All right.
I mean, do I really want to lose if it comes 8-9-5?
I mean, do you want to lose at all?
No, but if it comes 2-4, I'm just gonna lose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Can't play them all. But if it comes 3-9-5,
then you're buying off his pizza?
see, with only 9 horses, I worry about the pizza possibilities.
I think it would be pretty slim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if
But maybe in
and
New
the
York.
pick 5 with the 3.
Okay. Have to see what other races are on the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
on the undercard.
it's usually
Decent.
yeah
Yeah.
chalky, but
Have you been to Pimlico outside of Preakness Day?
well, I've been there Preakness week.
Yeah, but like outside of that.
No.
I've only been once, and I think it was opening week.
Oh,
Yeah. A while ago.
I mean,
was
it's a
not-
racetrack.
It is. It certainly is.
Yeah.
It's unlike any racetrack I've been to other than that. So
Yes, she did, Jerry. For now. We still have a right to change our final pick.
Wait, what was the question?
Did Sara pick early voting on top?
I did. For now.
Oops. Someone right. I was going to put someone's comment. Oh, here
You
we go.
lost it?
See, I don't agree with this.
I can't see it, so you're going to have to read it to me.
9 should be 99-1. Horse will be so far back of voting.
I mean, he finished last, and he probably still shouldn't be 99-1.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at least...
Disco
he's
Partners
raced like
angling
9
for a
times.
bet, I think.
Yeah. A little head-to-head.
Yeah. Speaking of bets, I'm curious, take.
Probably at the center.
You think?
Yeah. I do. There's no Todd Pletcher horse in here.
That's true, as is usually the case. All right, like, subscribe, Hardcore Pod, Indiana, Canterbury, Pick 5 video, live stream Friday night, Preakness Saturday.
We got a busy week.
All right, well, good luck to everyone. Thanks for joining us. That's the draw. Lots of information the rest of the week. We'll talk to you then.
Thanks for tuning in.